Coach Jack Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel. And as you can see, I'm elated. I'm specifically elated because, contrary to the fact that I'm a little tardy this morning, right? It was kind of, no, actually, it wasn't kind of, it was associated with boxing in the sense that it had something to do with discipline. You see, I'm relatively wet, right? I took on an assignment last night, right? We always want to prepare ourselves, as is in the case with boxing, right? We got to be prepared, right? So last night I contemplated what I was going to do this morning because, like, every day we want to find something to do, right? In the sense that we keep our wheels churning, moving, right? Our body, right? So, especially at my age, in that sense, it's like, on a serious note, for all you older cats out there, right? Look, it's like if you don't use it, right? Meaning your limbs, movement, you know what I mean? Strength, thinking, reading, right? If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it, man. You know what I mean? And that's actually one of the major things that keeps me active, that keeps me functioning, that keeps me sharp. You know what I mean? And at 76, contrary to the fact that I make mistakes, you know what I mean, in the sense that I might say something that isn't correct, right? It isn't a lie, but it isn't. It might be incorrect, but it isn't a lie because I'm 76 years old, and my thought process isn't as quickly sustainable as it was when I was 20, right? But I still realize that I have to do something in order to motivate my thought process to be as relatively consistent as I can be. And that is why you read as much as you possibly can. You know what I mean? I mean, the more you read, the more you build your platform of intellect, right? And I'm saying this, and I hope those out there in the world today that aren't as sharp as they think they should be, they can be, right? Because I was in that same driver's seat, right, where I couldn't spell cat. It was the time, and I'm talking about as a grown adult, right? I couldn't spell cat. You know what I mean? But I was the type. Oh no, excuse me. I am the type, right, that I refuse to go down without kicking and screaming. You know what I mean? I took the position that, man, I'm sick of even people talking over my head, and I did something about it, man. You know what I mean? I would is called autodidact, right? I wish I would look up that word. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but autodidact. I took the liberty of creating, I did, right? The Malcolm X way, an advanced system of intellect. You know what I mean? So today, you can't talk over my head. Today, I'm very disciplined in um, uh, sustaining myself in being intellectually capable, right? I'm very disciplined in at 76 and taking care of my body, right? Again, I'm sweating. I've been up like since like 7:30, right? Putting in work because I am a firm believer that, man, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. And you need to understand what I mean when I say lose it, right? Man, that's a deep word. It has a lot of moving parts to with the possibility of what that actually means. Lose it, right? And I want y'all to think about that, man. And if you come up with a logical explanation, man, drop a comment in the comment section and give me your explanation of what you think I mean by that, losing it, right? But anyway, let's get to some serious hook. Bam! Boxing. We talking some boxing this morning. Now, there is a lot of different moving parts when it comes to boxing, right? Like pound for pound, cash cow. Uh, there's a lot of moving parts that we expect our favorite boxers to be on certain things like the list, the pound for pound list, right? Or in this case today, we're talking about that list of the face of boxing. Who, in y'all's opinion, and this is for anybody that wants to call in and have a conversation about it, I wish you would, right? 870-591, excuse me, 571-3995. Area code 870-571-3995, right? Call in and let's have a conversation about it. Shout out to the chat. And thank you, Lil J Lip in the house. Lil J Lip is in the house. Shout out to Lil J Lips. Wait a minute, let me make sure. Clips? Lil J Clips. Shout out to Lil J Clips, man. Salute, brother. Now, we're talking about the face of boxing. In your opinion, shout out to MT. Ain't nothing going on, MT, but this boxing, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build up the sport of boxing the best I can, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling kind of like really good about building up the sport of boxing, man, because I'm coming up with all kinds of content, man, that's far better than most. It's like I'm trying to breathe a new life into boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel good about the possibilities because people are starting to, you know what I mean, like they kind of like trying to move toward my concept, my podcast. And that's what it is. For me, that's what it's all about. For over 2 years, man, I haven't been moving news. But of late, man, that is because I took the concept to heart about being the best that I could be in the area of content, right? And the only way I'm going to be able to be the best in the business of content is have things to say that are meaningful, not only in boxing, in worldview, and as it pertains to what is going on in this lousy world that we live in, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is that a lot of us don't look at things like the conditions under which we are forced to live up under, right? We don't, man, look, we passed it on to the next man, right? We ain't got time for that, right? But you should have time for that because your next generation, right, is going to be a part of the things that are being promulgated or promoted by this generation. You know, so don't say, oh, man, I ain't got time for that. Yes, you do. Or you should. You should, right? But calm down, champ. But let's do some boxing. That's right, brother. MT, shout out to MT, man. I'm doing my thing, brother, and I hope y'all appreciate it. But anyway, now the face of boxing, right? Now I'm gonna go with who I think should be actually removed from that list, and I'm gonna start off by Jake Paul. Jake Paul is considered by a lot of people as the new face of boxing, right? Now, I got a problem with that, right? In the sense that Jake Paul have never. Okay, here's the deal. I think that the face of boxing, one of the requirements for the face of boxing should be that you have held in your quest to be a damn good boxer, right? A championship title, right? I think that should be one of the requirements. So in my opinion, let's scratch Jake Paul off because Jake Paul has never, you know what I mean, had a world championship. Never, right? But so I mean, what is baffling and hard for me to understand is how did Jake Paul get this statue of potentially being the face of boxing, right? Now, let's be perfectly clear about one thing. It is transparently clear that Jake Paul has to be an intelligent human being. He has to be, right? Because he is relatively well off, right? And he does a lot of things that the majority of us only wish we could do. You know what I mean? But we're not going to go off on it, but we're going to make that notion that because Jake Paul does things that he think he can do, right? The notion is, I already said, I keep saying this, man, that you and me and the world can do whatever the hell they think they want to do. But they have to believe in themselves, man. just like what I'm doing right now. Now look at it. I believe in myself. Ain't nothing that I'm doing today is scripted, right? This is all off the top. I don't know. I don't even know if that's what a lot of podcasters do. They script up everything, right? I don't know if they do it or not because I don't do it, right? What you see is what you get. You know what I mean? And I don't know if this is just something that is natural for me. And let me say this. Once I really get rolling, you know what I'm saying? Once the numbers start really, really, really picking up to the point where I'm coming on once or twice a day, right? I'm good, man. I mean, I just, that is one of my canning abilities to be able to hold the attention span of those who I communicate with. I mean, a blessing. That's one of my blessings. I have a gift of gab. You know what I mean? I mean, and you know what I mean. I actually have had that for all my life. You know what I mean? But back to the face of basketball. So shout out to Dave Jones. Let me pin that, Dave Jones. I'm gonna let everybody read that, right? Which because you're making a good point. So let's scratch off Jake Paul, man, because Jake Paul hasn't done anything significant other than use his brain, right, to attract people to whatever it is that he's doing, and to the point where he has become quite wealthy in doing it. So you got to give him credit for that. But as far as the boxing thing is concerned, I just don't think that Jake Paul is a good candidate to be the face of boxing. And contrary to the fact that he does make a lot of money, but money could be a requirement, but I think that championship caliber has to be a requirement. And for that reason alone, Jake Paul is scratched off, in my opinion. And if you have a problem with that assessment, hey, feel free. 870-571-3995, right? Call in. Let's hear about your discrepancy. You know what I mean? But here's the deal. Now, Javante Tank Davis. Javante Tank Davis. You know, like, I mean, as far as someone that is supposed to represent the best interests of boxing, is it y'all's opinion that Javante Tank Davis is qualified intellectually, first of all, intellectually or um, morally correct to be considered as the face of boxing? Now we have to acknowledge that he is a world champion, right? Now the crap about 3 or 4 times world champion, that's up for debate because I'm not sure that each one of Javante Tank Davis's championship titles, whether they were won or whether they were gifts, right? And we're not going to get into the validity of that but the way that I actually assessed it, Javante Tank Davis is only one time world. Oh, I froze y'all. Javante Tank Davis is not qualified with his bad behavior, and he's definitely not a loyalist. I say that in the sense that I have a problem with the way that he did Floyd Mayweather, and I want the world to know that, right? You know what I mean? He justifies um, why he was so ornery towards Floyd Mayweather Jr. But I mean, when somebody helps you, right? When somebody picks you up out of the bottom, I'm going to use bottom, right, and put you in a position of worth. I don't know if that's something that is easily swept under the rug. I know it's not about me, man. I'm a loyalist. You know, if I find somebody who is has demonstrated that they're my friend, man, you my friend. But I will say that's a hard thing to acquire because I mean, people they funny, man. And people are funny. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Find anything other than say that people are funny, man. It's hard to say a person is your friend. I can actually say, man, I hate to, I just really hate it. I only have one friend, and he's not black. He's a Chinese. Good dude, man. I mean, Oh man, demonstrated it. He demonstrated, and that's what you have to. That's what people have to date to do. Date to do today. They have to demonstrate their worth. You know what I mean? So let's get to Saul Canelo Alvarez, man. Now, here's a contest, right? Saul Canelo Alvarez, man, in my opinion, is a um, damn good candidate to be the face of boxing. You know what I mean? He has all the accolades associated with being somebody that you want to recognize that can sit on the throne of being the face of boxing, right? He has all the accolades necessary. He has all um, the good things associated with a human being that I would consider as being worthy enough to be considered as the face of boxing. So we're going to put, is that okay with y'all? Right? We're going to put Saul Canelo Alvarez in a category as the face of boxing. But now we also have the undisputed, three times undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford, right? Now, we know that Terrence Bud Crawford has did something in boxing that no other male athlete has done in boxing, right? He's three times undefeated. He's five different world champion in five different divisions. And I mean, his accolades continue to excel, right? So the demeanor is there, the loyalty is there, especially to the people that he associated himself with, his team, his family. You know what I mean? He's an honorable person, right? Hey, look, but you can't take that away. Hey, all the things fit with Terrence Bud Crawford fit with Saul Canelo Alvarez. The only difference is, and I'm gonna leave this decision up to y'all, is that Terrence Bud Crawford is 42-0. 39 knockouts. Saul Canelo Alvarez is 63-3 with 39 knockouts. Bud Crawford is 35 knockouts. Yeah. So that is the only distinction between those two. So I I believe that, damn, I don't want to seem biased, but I believe Bud Crawford, hands down, is the best candidate for the face of boxing. And it's another thing that the Ring magazine has made Terrence Bud Crawford the face of boxing, as well as the pound for pound king. So that being said, y'all, I need y'all to do this, man. Hit that subscription button. Hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let me know precisely who y'all think the face of boxing should be. That being said, I love you, man. That's real. Later.